The man before us had perfected the role of a villain. Not only did he spend his days exchanging techniques with 3 junior sisters, but he even dared to covet his master's stockings. All of this was possible because Lin Xiao had awakened the idle villain system. His task was simple: play the role of a villain every day. Follow the script until the end, and he would ascend to immortality. But lately, Lin Xiao kept dreaming of being killed by one of his junior sisters. His death was supposed to be arranged clearly in the story. Once the protagonist, Ye Chen, joined the Xinglan Immortal sect, Lin Xiao only needed to focus on his villainous deeds, provoking and scheming against the hero, getting humiliated repeatedly, and finally meeting a tragic end. That was the price for his eventual ascension and return to his original world. Yet yesterday, one of his junior sisters broke the script entirely. Instead of following the plot, she kicked the so-called Chosen One away, ruining the entire storyline. At that moment, his little follower Huaizhen arrived with a wash basin. After Huaizhen helped tidy him up, the sect's senior brother looked as handsome as ever. Such a pity that this face belonged to nothing more than a disposable villain. Thinking about how far his master's mountain peak was gave him a headache. But that wasn't enough to stop Lin Xiao. With a leap, he landed inside his own cable car. His useless system may have stopped working, but the story had to go on. As long as the other female characters didn't go off script, things would stay on track. Just then, a voice echoed in his ear. "As the senior brother of the sect, you can't even fly on a sword? What a disgrace to our name. Instead of improving, you waste sect funds to build cable cars." Listening to his sister's taunts, Lin Xiao didn't get angry. On the contrary, their familiar lines reassured him. Their characters were back to normal. With a smug grin, he teased, "The sect's finances are under my control. I can spend them however I please. But if you're willing to come to my room tonight for some bamboo leaf wine, perhaps I could grant you more cultivation resources." Before he could finish, second junior sister, Guo Yurong, retaliated with a quick sword strike, while fourth junior sister pulled a face and mocked him. Yes, this was how a villain's daily routine was supposed to unfold. Soon, they arrived at their master's secluded cultivation cave. For 3 years, their master had been in seclusion, yet the sect had prospered, and all disciples had advanced to the innate stage, except for Lin Xiao, who remained at the foundation stage. As Guo Yurong pointed out, the sect was thriving under the disciples' management. As for his cultivation progress, Lin Xiao defended himself. At least he hadn't regressed, though he was still only at the early foundation stage. Guo Yurong then reported to their master that the young man Ye Chen sought to join the sect. If he could pass the trials and be accepted into Shenluan Peak, it would finally add a capable male disciple to the peak. The system, too, assured Lin Xiao that the story was progressing smoothly. He only needed to keep it up. Delighted, Lin Xiao thought, once Ye Chen arrived and the script played out, he could complete his mission, ascend, and finally return home. What he didn't know was that 2 days earlier, Lu Yingying, the fourth junior sister, had awakened the memories of the heavenly Tao. In those visions, her senior brother was not killed by Ye Chen, but instead carried away, while she herself fell in love with the protagonist. Even though her senior brother begged her to stay away from that man, it ended with their sect's destruction. Only then did she realize she had wrongly blamed him all along. Yesterday, Ye Chen's arrival confirmed for her that those memories weren't just glimpses of the future, but also warnings from the past. She couldn't understand why she would fall for someone so vile. What had her senior brother truly done? Determined, Lu Yingying made up her mind. She would investigate the truth and clear Lin Xiao's name. This moment, villagers were punishing a melon-stealing beast. Unknown to them, this creature was none other than the spirit insect belonging to Ye Chen. Thanks to the treasure granted by Ling Xiao, the farmers had finally managed to catch it. Meanwhile, the so-called senior brother was leisurely enjoying afternoon tea in the melon field. He turned to the old farmer beside him and asked, "Are these melons ripe?" "Of course, they're ripe," the farmer replied. The entire field had already been leased by Ling Xiao. Eating melon slices, he playfully spat the seeds at the captured spirit insect. "Your master ruined my plans, and I haven't even settled accounts with him yet. Since you've landed in my hands, I'll entertain myself with you. Don't you love melons? Today, I'll make sure you eat your fill." Just then, Ye Chen appeared. Seeing his spirit beast humiliated, his face darkened with anger. The farmer, realizing the newcomer was the beast's master, quickly demanded compensation for the damaged field. But to everyone's surprise, Ye Chen revealed his arrogance, mocking the mortals as unworthy of even touching his spirit insect. Ling Xiao, sword in hand, sneered at him. "A fallen prince of a ruined kingdom, and you still dare act high and mighty before me? If you want entry into the Qinglan sect and its protection, then kneel, apologize, and pay up." Anger ignited in Ye Chen. As the so-called chosen one, being insulted again and again was unbearable. He drew his sword and struck at Ling Xiao with a deafening roar. Smoke and dust filled the air. When it cleared, Ling Xiao had already fled, leaving behind a cold threat before disappearing from sight. Surprised, Ye Chen could barely process what had happened. On the other hand, Ling Xiao, despite taking a beating, looked happy. The plan had gone smoother than expected, bringing him one step closer to his goal. But wasn't the final reward supposed to come only after the ending? Why was it given midway? Back at the village, Elder Shi scolded Ye Chen for being too reckless. By offending Ling Xiao, he would surely face harsh trials during the sect's upcoming entrance test. But Ye Chen, proud even in exile, swore he would never bow to humiliation. The old farmer, impressed by his strength, stepped forward to ask for forgiveness. Instead, Ye Chen struck him away with a single palm. "I've lived freely all my life, bound by no rules or fears. But I hate nothing more than those who hurt my friends and family." Terrified, the villagers knelt and begged for mercy, while he coldly insisted that he never killed innocents, and always separated gratitude from grudges. All of this was clearly seen by the fourth junior sister, who cursed under her breath. What a hypocrite! His spirit pet can destroy others' crops, yet he won't allow people to resist. Compared to him, senior brother is far better. She rushed to check on the old farmer, only to find that Ling Xiao had already arrived, and gifted him a healing pill as compensation. At that moment, Lu Yingying grew increasingly confused about her senior brother. She swore that no matter what happened, she would never allow Ye Chen to enter Qinglin's sect.